SIS, National Disaster Management Agency, and 5 National Assembly members of Foni went on a fact-finding mission on the 1st of January 2024 at Foni. The task, which was ordered by the President of the Republic of the Gambia and the Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, was to specifically get first-hand information regarding the tense situation at the border between the rebels and the Senegalese forces, which is greatly affecting the natives of Foni. The first stop of the assessment was at the Fangparing village. The
They have some of their compounds in Casamance. They have their own alcalo. On Wednesday, he said he was going to his farm. That is where he farmed. He met up with the Senegalese soldiers in Kajalo. He said with 4 vehicles and heavily armed. They asked him to sit down in that compound because when he saw them, he was trying to rest in the compound so that after they passed, he would pass by. The soldier man came and told him that you are the alcalde of the Gambia. He said yes. He said he's the commander from Sinjang. He said his own name is Sane. He asked them, where is the rebels? He said, I have not seen any rebels. He said, you are lying. You have seen them. He said, I have not seen any rebels. He said, all the time the rebels are here in Gifanga and you don't know where they are located. He said, from my home, I go direct to the bush, and from my farm I go direct to the village. So I don't know where they are stationed. He took my mobile from me. He looked at it until his satisfaction. He returned it to me. When he returned it to me, he embraced me. He took a picture of me 3 times with him. He said, you are not telling the truth, but there will come a day that you will tell the truth. He said, whatever you are going to do, you will do it, but whatever I did not say, I cannot witness that. When they returned the mobile to me, I want to come home. They said, no, you cannot go home. He said, he sat down. When they were done, they left. When they left, I went back to my bush and continued. He said, how they are disturbed is like constant bombardment and the cells normally land here. He said that day before yesterday, there was a cell that landed around where he was. So he saw the fire busted and he came back. He said when he cleared that time there was no bombardment. He said after clearing it happens this way. He went to Jabujo. He went to the alcaldes to the camp. He said he went to the alcalde and asked him, I want to know. He went with the alcalde to the camp and said, they want to know whether I can farm because here is where my fathers have their land. So I want to know whether I can farm or not. If I cannot farm, let me go back. He said you can grow your groundnut and whatsoever you can farm because we are not denying anyone from farming. He said that is why he farmed because he got the permission from the Senegalese soldiers. He said throughout the rainy season, they have not come until this time that he's harvesting, they are coming. He said there was an explosion. I don't know mean how they call it in English. Mine. Okay, they said there was a mine explosion in the area. So with the mine exploitation is what causes this thing. That's what triggered everything. And that's why they are angry. He said where he is, he's scared because they have taken a picture of him many times. When that happened, he told C, I might not see. He told C, and C also promised to extend it to the senior ones.
Ya ute wanyemela nyero kutufana kumbe shugele wuli babe di frontiere no mama man yikiro li fonfan kanu kan jabo bu hulu may makoma be kan.
He said what he's urging for is for you to consider them and please protect them because they don't know their fate. They don't know what these people want to do to them.
Yo wuli shinde no banya benen babe futi fule ba dika wuli ngal bugala beti kam di futiga.
He said they are here at home and they are not part of the people that are fighting. But for the fact that these people are coming, they should not also suffer because of these people and their fight among themselves. He said he have never seen any rebel. He said, but they said he's lying. He said this is what he wants to say.
Giving a remark, Bakari Baji, the National Assembly member for Foni Bintang, said they cannot stop rebels from entering the village as it is the job of the Gambia Armed Forces and not the natives.
I did not to go into history.
Tarike.
But we cannot stop the rebels from coming to Foni. I repeat again. I repeat again. And I repeat 1,000 times. We cannot stop the rebels from coming to Foni. It is the responsibility of the Gambia Armed Forces and the responsibility of all the security sectors to stop the rebels from entering into the Gambia. And I repeat that million times without being apologetic. Without being apologetic. Yo enom wa fon manje ni mama mom kana tuku manje mati wala tunga nu stop ko bela kana nokil Gambia ne mankanya ku nokin nokin. If they have been coming to the Gambia, we cannot stop the rebels. The reason as to why we have the Gambia Armed Forces and the Gambia Police Force and all other security sectors is for them to stop them.
Nane wula kan manyo ne wula leku tika woto wula yekenta jorang letu ngolo stop ko rebela kwa kami mu baja ko poya ko mofomolla womi ma ko kam manku jigo manku poyola woto ma kam manku stop kana ka jakuta kana kala de. But
whenever we see them,
we
will alert the Gambia Armed Forces as a responsibility upon us. But the Gambia Armed Forces also should not take this as an excuse for the fact that the rebels are entering into our zone that we can be bombarded. So this is why it is important that we come on this fact finding, but we will continue.
The National Assembly member further suggested for the exchange of Senegalese forces at the border with the Ghanaian or Nigerian forces.
The Senegalese soldiers and the MFDC rebels, they have been fighting for a very long time. Now, what we ask was for you to move the Senegalese soldiers from Foni and replace them with the Ghanaian or the Nigerian forces.
Anu manja mai kusoja rak Senegal di MFDC ku pio futika wokano jenja ku kade enda e jangone le singone se lako wokano ko mommo manku puren kusoja rak Senegal babe manku ngoro ko Nigeria no to ko Ghana nak kan manyo ko bajo di bugu problem
because they are all equals in terms of the peacekeeping mission in Gambia.
Nane kotu waiteli muono mako sabati ndiko suma ko mo la Gambia. But
we constantly wonder why is it so difficult for them to remove the Senegalese soldiers from the Foni region and bring in the Nigerian who have not been in conflict with the rebels.
The Alcalo took the fact-finding mission task force to the places where bullets and cells landed in Jifanghari and also the borderline between the Gambia and Senegal.
You know, even some of the areas, there are different kinds of money that's fallen. Let's see the
The second stop was at Karuno. Upon arriving at the village, the Alcalo and natives welcomed the delegation with a warm reception. After briefing them about their mission, the village head, who is also the Alcalo of the village, explained how a native of the village by the name Dua Baji was sought and taken to Senegal by the Senegalese forces without having access to him for 3 weeks.
He said what we are here for is to know the challenges that they are facing regarding the issues that are happening, and we will hear it too. He said the one you find, however it is the guy who is going to tell you. He said we are in Jilamfari. He said when we call that we are coming, he sat down and wait for us. He said what we had is something true. He said if it is difficult with the village, if someone comes to hear from you, you should also tell him how it is. He said on Thursday night, around 10 at night, he said he was lying down. He said he had a heavy bombardment in the bush. He said when he had that, he said he could not move, he sat down. He said the one they shot, who is Dua Baji, he said he called Modu Tambakunda. That the gunshot that you hear, it is me that they shoot. But they have break my leg. He said, let me come and inform you for you to hear. He said, go home and I find you there. He went there and he found you. He was there for long. He said, let's go and see where it because it happens in the village. In the bush. Let's go. He said he went with them and took the young. He said the young told him to stop. He said the gunshot is at night. Whether they are there or not, we cannot follow up on what happened. And if you go out, and we all go, anything that we have there, it is there. Then we came back. We came back and sat down. We called the soldiers in Sibano. He said, I called the safe first. He said the mobile phone rang. He did not pick it up. He said he called the SO. OC. He said he's at Combo. He said I will call the Sibano police station. He said he sat for long and the soldiers arrived. He said when they arrived they could not go there because it is in the bush. They could not go. He said they sat down and waited until when it's morning so that they can go and confirm. He said they could not reach them. Up to date. He said now they have returned to their camp. He said what the guns they have and what they don't have, they don't know. He said for the one who is shot, they don't know his way about and they don't know the fate up until date. But they want to follow up and know where he is and in what condition he is. But they could not actually know his fate. They said where are they going to find because they have no information about it. He said this is how they know and what they know about the situation.
Aida, the wife of Dua Baji, pleads for the intervention of the Gambian government to salvage his husband.
Men dem garden waaye men garden bi sax mun maa dem liggéey ko suma xale rek laa dee pousse kay dem di liggéey suma garden bi depuis bés boobu noonu ba léegi xaw ma garden bi naka la mel maa ngi toog si kër gi.
ñaata doom nga am yow right now?
maa ngi am yu góor yi 7 jigéen benn.
yéen ñaata at ngeen fi dëkk ak ñaata at yéen a ngi expérience lu demee nii?
fii de kay man xam nga dama sëy si fii nii waaye suma sëy si bi fii ak léegi am naa mun naa am 50 years am naa ko xam nga 25 years mun naa am naa ko fii yàgg na trop yàgg na.
ba léegi situation bi mu ngi am ba léegi.
mu ngi am fii ba léegi.
yow tey soo amee looy ñaax nguur bi lan la moo nekk?
nga ne.
ma ne soo amee tey looy ñaan nguuri Gambie bi lan la moo nekk?
nañ jéem suma jëkkër rek laa soxla ñu jéem mën a koo bàyyi ñu indil ma ko fii suma wet waaw.
Are we not part of the Gambia? The alcalde of Kangalebata questioned the delegation upon their arrival at the village.
Mukana njani mo buko fo mbakana njale mo le loai panuju kale wan banjona wanamtu di uwe.
Because series of these issues have been happening here.
Because
we are making, people were complaining, nothing was happening like what we are seeing.
Nana urada jupe hidi kandu andu ko kasene report bara budget wan banjona wa bajoe.
And we issue ourselves why? It's not Foni. Is Foni not part of the Gambia?
Why
can't Foni be defended by their own government?
Nana wak na kiangoro mante Foni eledi mafame Gambia wakane Foni ku kati mansa kunda di kuruang kupoya kole kuyetu kupoy Foni bang.
Until now, our lives are at a risk, especially some of us who are living along the border. Bordering with Casamas or Senegal is God made, not us.
Hani be jat yo ekan ka matenye mete ekine bo kana kame di frontiere mante ekine di frontiere mante yo munyi bang na na mete kana ana kanut.
Why is it that? It's very sympathetic that we are not defended by our own government. This is the only thing I could say.
Nana wakane man kamo wana wala malobu wono mi man sakunda yolo la yanu chamale namai elede poyola.
Since 20 I cannot even count the number of years, but I know series of this has been happening within our own line here. I'm seeing the CDS, I'm seeing other protocols here. Thank God today, at least, at long last, maybe we will be safe by seeing you people in front of our eyes.
Nana simit shayone buyikabano momedelo ebukana kitifoni barajat pasal adjamit najujuk the minister, the CDS, Interior Minister, and all the security council personnel. And
what I'm telling you, that is the hard fact. I believe today before we leave here, you could tell us something that we can rely on, that we can hold on in order to at least.
Tijan Toure, a victim of the incident, explained how he lost about $25,000 worth of granite to the cells that were fired by the Senegalese soldiers, which burned down his house to ashes.
waaw parce que amoon naa fi 12 baagi gerte bu nekkoon fii moom nekkul si biir néeg waaye si nga fii nii dama defoon fii mbaar pour naaj bi saako yi bu ñu lakk bu ñu naaj bi ñu ko yàq léegi mbaar boobu si laa dugal gerte bi 12 baagi gerte moo fa nekkoon ak benn baag boo xamante dañ ko xolli ba pare saako baag bu mag waaw ak bidon diwlin fii ak saako ceeb fii am na beneen saako ceeb bu nekkoon ci biir néeg bi su moyee loolu nag fekkee gerte boobu am na lu ma yóbbu woon ci coopérative ba jaay ko mu toll ak 25,000 loolu tamit fekkee maa ngi ko def si benn baag fii pour denc ko léegi su moyee loolu tamit su ma jabar ci boppam am na fi xaalis tuuti waaye moom dama ko laaj mu ne xamul naka la toll fekkee moom daf doon jaayantu daf doon jënd omo di jaay xaalis boobu laaj na xaw ma ñaata la toll waaw su moyee loolu tamit suñu yére yi moom fii dara génn yére yëpp ñoo lakk.
loolu tolof boobu doon naka nga ko dundee yow.
non métti na waaye dama gëm yàlla rek ma xam ne yàlla moo dogal loolu waaw because man mënoon naa see des suma doom mënoon na see des wala suma jabar wala suma dëkkandoor yi waaye comme kenn du si xaalis bu yàqu wala alal bu yàqu rek la waaw boobu dañ ko muñ rek.
lii mooy seen first time gën a expérience su demee nii fii.
waaw.
mooy seen first time.
parce que ñun ñu ngi fii ñëw daaw lañ fi transfert.
The delegation proceeded to visit Balin, Jikes, and then Kantimba.
This is where the borderline is. This is the Gambia.
You see? From here you can see.
So some of their farmland.
Even
you see, they are even in Kasama.
Yes.
Where was this guy shot? He was shot just here, 200 meters away from here. Yes.
yes, sir.
Was this the original place? Let's go there. Okay. This used to be a route for the Rebel. Okay. How far is the that camp?
Barely less than
1 kilometer. It's not a mono, but they don't go there.
In each village visited by the National Security Council, they gave out their assurances for a quick assessment of the situation. They further advised the villagers not to hide any rebels that comes to their respective villages.
Limo wone fim nekka
nane tay yisenum tommi
war nañu yokka jéego yooyu
wanu benenale ni no broko bo lab kila to ko tegulo ko la ko kila
te inshallah buñ fi jógee
nane mitamangu pour jatate
be delu wax ak président
ku lanja pour man ko la ko da président
ci li ñoo gëna dëgëral
wanko jebe fa man ko lingene
mooy naka lañ mëna sento mbiram be mun ko delo ci
nane wanko jebe fa man ko lingene wono ma ko kambe no man ko langene duwa be di kana ko la babe
lolu mom bëgg na ko wax fi mu dégg
nane to na man be ko lingena ko frima kila tade fam
waaw liñ fi ñëwal nak
nane wanko bilumun tate wommi
du pour affaire yi natal
nane lek we natala cebde
du pour media bi dégañu
nane le pour de télé woto media de ngari de
dañ ñëw pour gis
ko babile pour man ko fañ ko juk
lan moy jafe-jafe yi am ci Foni boda bi
nane wa kammi problème la woto wa kammi bu gala bolla de linga yolla
liñ ci dégga bari na
nane wa jupe ko jame
waaye nag gis wedi bokku ci
nane ni fime mu jaw mu jukoro di jikile jiya to famo sume ka kanerlok
buñ ko gisale suñ boppa
nana ko fañ ko jukoro ja
dinañ mëna advice president
pank ngolen ku rek a president ma entomeno
based on that advice
no di advice kila
mu mëna make informed decision
pour pangol na manji mumino o fana buru bana ka kumna kana to be ngare
yeb jublu ci karange réew mi
nane yotu jollen di ka poyo ke mo fam
parce que nguur go gis
nane man sakunda no sanenu jukum
dafa am li tubab di woyé duty of care
nane ko boba wanko bobo ko rega mino ka kanu mo ko woto ngare bu gala be kana koli
benen fanna bi
kapana kaku
bir moy xew bir Casamance
nane wax wondi ka bajo Casamance
Gambia du Casamance
nane Gambia le Casamance
Casamance du Gambia
Casamance le Gambia
we are a sovereign state
nane wala mo ba bajo ko foli
waaw way nak
bare
li xew bir Casamance
wa bajo Casamance
bor bi mo xewé
kapana kanko bajo mem
dafa jegeñ Gambia
lolof Gambia fam
te mboka ye nek ci ñaari réew yépp
te ku klawor la wala ka ci loro mu la ko randi pano gaba
bir nak su nit jaaxle
ano na fa jakalim
te nga wara am foy daw ci sa jaaxle
nane nano sa napu jakal woto nano sa napu dew fo mambe tebe dulay cen
sa mboka rek nga mëna dem
di alawori woto akilore ke bonu ngonu tebet
gis nañ ne nak fofu su xex bi tangé fofu
nane nu jukaji nano sa napu tika fu bolim boba
ñu bari dañ dé joggé fofu ñew fi
kajibe ko pro ku jobedi ko lawori woto kana ko li be babe
ñi ñew
kabilumum
am nañu ci jup
ko boba wan ko jollene
waye am nañu ci rax
sorry nane kabilum fana boba kan mañone ka jonutum boba kan mañone fana ka joneri
lolu moy dega gi
yonon toña
nekku ne ñi ñew ñep
nane le kan kan maño ka bilon tout
refugee lañ
ko du ko refugee de woto ko teya futi ko de
daf de jaxaso
nane jaxaso
si liñ understand nak
nane wan ko mañi wan ko lawlu do wan ko karangutom
Sénégal am na ñaaw njarta bobu ne
nane Sénégal ko boba
ñaaw njorta
nane Sénégal ko bobe ka sobi
ne su fofu tangé
na bo bolim
ñi dé daw di ñew fi
ka tendi ko nokenu babe
rebel dañ ci dé bokalé
ko rebel ko nokene ko
amna ne fiñ jëk joggé
nane tanu folo mu pour la
alkali bi fo wax na ne
alkara bona pulo bo do uba bonu pulo mi ande
mom gisul rebel
nana kila jukuta rebel
dégul rebel
a jamuta rebel
fi tam lima len fé wax rek
nane ke baay fana wanatu be régulé wonom
bu len nango gis rebel
tam ji mambe juka rebel
bu len nango dégga rebel
tam ji mambe jama rebel
su ko défé kenn du mëna am prétexte pour ñew fi
nane
council
nane ko mom be set of military council
bobu nak officer yi nekk ci suñ army ak officer Sénégal ñoo fay nekk
nane officers kam mom babe Gambie di officers kam mom Sénégal ko dun kala ka di council kala
bu moye military council bi dañ am security council tam
nane puto jadi military council ko boba security council fanan
boba police yeeg douane yeeg ñepp ci bokka
nane do ko police ok diko douane ak ko ko ton kala ka ke di cancel kala
pour rek ñu saxal jàmm ci suñ diggante
pour ma kameno mama suma mu la ko titora la eno
waaye léegi liñ bugg a fii
nane tate wanu manga mi wommi
Sénégal amul benn sañ-sañ pour seen soldats yi ñëw attaque leen fii
nane Sénégal ko budget ka suma woto le sumi pour man kan ko sojara ko libe joko attaque baabe Gambia
bi problème bi commencé ak ca gannaaw
nane problème ne folo me mit balom
dañ dajale woon ay soldats ñuy ko ay opération wula kukun
nane ko bibi ko bajum opération yan manjone no wula kokon
lieutenant colonel Omar Bojang mu nga nele moo fi nekkoon foog naa xam ngeen ko
nane lieutenant Omar Bojang om to tate ni fime kanatu ko manjo may
booba jamono ju nekk dinañ fi ñëw di wër
nane wata kila nano sanko bile bil di ko jodi ko jaator baabe
waaye nag ñu gis ne jàmm ñëw na ñu wàññi loolu no
so ko jogu metti ko suma ko bibi di ko gombulu mo xaw kila
te ci loolu ba léegi am na ñu nekk kanelaay seen ñu ngi leen jox doole pour ñu mun a patrol fii
nane ino di ko kila ino kambum kanila fana ko sen semban mañu ko fana banku joku witen ni mankane meno no
waaye nag diggante bi dafa gudda
nane waaye tito rayu loy
te Gambia amuñ doole dëkk bu nekk ñu def fa soldat
nane te Gambia ko bajut sembe yan manjone e suku yano sampanko kambo ko soja
looloo tax ñu bugg a yéen waa dëkk bi
o kane du ko mangu wula kete suke
ngeen jàppale ñu
manji soforo la
bu kenn làq koo xam ne ni dafay dem di xeex Sénégal
nane tamu sofa anan manjone pana jawna ha tik Sénégal
soo leen defee loolu den ñoom duñ am benn sañ-sañ bu dugg fii
o kan jamo leko baj waxan manjone wajibe kayiteli manko jobe baabe
waaye bu fekkee ne am na ñuy ñëw fii te xamuñ leen
waaye jukaaja kan manjone ko belebel baabe kan manjo manjitaali
ñoom tam ñu ngi am ñuñ fi toogal seen intelligence ñu ngi fii nii
ko fana ko bobaj di kan manjone ka jikere mu kana moli kan
na ñooñu ñoo leen a jox information ñuy daw di attaque si fii
so maybe ngolon kan ko senem ko kibara yan manjone ko belebel di ko attaque baabe
waaye ni ko ministre waxee léegi dinañ gën a yokka patrol yi fii nii
nane ni ma ministre rek meno no nya wanton tate wono panko juk mankam kapoyo ndi woto ni mankane meno no manko bang kulan ku yiten wa hawkila
te buñ fi jógee wax yi jëlee fii dinañ àgg ak ñoom ñu toog ak ñoom
nane ko puto jatate no ya no yo kantu ko war ma yo jano ma
And then being the representative of the people, we cannot continue working our people suffer.
nane kanya kana kan manje ka jurunga dum pour manji ko lako di courir po kolo ino le ko mambe ka
The
jikero
securities know it better than me.
nane ko sijo rek fama ko manji akila
When even countries are in war,
nane if you futika fulako jadi mo fo fulako jadi futika
a country that's not part of the war,
mo fo man manje no mu ledi di futika fukila
no bullet should land in that country.
etange wante low in the country mo fo
Moreover, even that foreign security to come and make arrests within our own soils.
nane kasankena ku fank mo mong sume e mo fo mo butam no pour majo be di mo fo mi
We need action and we mean action.
nane ku nini mankani no ende action e wane kaneni
Our people must be free.
nane kana kolla
We are on a fact-finding mission. We are not.
Yeah. So we are here to tell you, we are not blaming government. Why we are saying this, I respect the minister.
nane no wanan be regetate le jamo do katok ya
The
minister
minister is here to be told what is happening in our region.
nana minister om to tate ma jaw ma manji wa baji wande baje ba di wona
This is why I was here before 2017. I was not in the country for 10 good years.
nane ala ko enut babe no simir soma nyen
But I could remember that time
nane na wolo wata kila
when one soldier
a sojar okon
arrested people in Kansambu, my own region,
ma a sojar okon e Senegal pour ma sofum kala
for wrongly intruding into Gambia.
a pour de Senegal ma jo anokunu
That
gambe
is Sol Sambu.
ono sol sambu
I could all remember that.
nana wolo tu
And before our security forces will chase out the Senegalese forces when they're here.
nane no ko sojar ko kolla no ko chosoro ko
It has been happening here.
nane baje
I always, when I speak, I make my references.
nane wana sala ko yak sangena bobata na ngar fu
I always make sure I go into history.
nane na mexo na jejo be
Because it is through referencing and making history that could make me tell the truth.
nane di fu monji mof di tariki awuji yeje be kane
So
mangare
our government, I'm not blaming you people. I know the Minister of Fire Defense.
nane government yolla
I know him through the people.
nan manjo man through
A very honest and hardworking person.
anan banjo na
That I can say a lot about him.
pangola re waju ko da
Our people are suffering, and I think the facts need to be expressed.
nane kana ko la ko de bugalap andu wanu regale malek
What is happening here is unacceptable.
wamo ka baja babe wan
There is no reason of whether rebels are here. They should attack. It is our security who should be arresting the rebels, not foreign security arresting our rebels in our soil here.
nane hadu ko rebela ko mo babe ku security akolla ko waren ko arresten ko rebela ko
It is not allowed. I have to make my locals also aware. You are not allowed to harbor any rebel. But if it is happening here, if the report should go to our security, who should come and arrest, but not Senegalese forces, getting into our soils and arresting our people. That should be stopped immediately. That is not accepted.
nane pumanga metiko wula wantu sofalen babe ku rebel woto yofa babe ku rebela wa kanja ku rebela fanan kokbo babe ana tingi awanta jole masufen ku rebela ko kila ware ko sojara kolla woto ko police kolla ko waren ko jole ko arrest na rebela kila
A Kawas is here.
nan ECOWAS yobo babe
Has a body to keep the peace here.
nan yomi no fu joj fan manjede fa waren fu
Listen, I'm a National Assembly member.
nan kila National Assembly
I
member
always said I'm not there to mislead people.
nan omdo tata jertu be jare
Even if my people will vote me out next election, I'm not there to mislead anyone.
nan hani jamanto rede burgobe akila jertu be
We have 3 countries on peacekeeping in the Gambia.
nan no baja bas country so say mo fu feji
Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal. We have another part of Senegal that our government signed 2017, a hot pursuit. That is posted in Foni here. That today, if they call themselves a cause, I'm ready to stand in any platform to say that they are not, because when Aruna Gata was shot, the economic commander came out to tell us that those people are not part of the ECOWAS. So there's no one is going to mislead you. You must have to speak the truth. I just want to end this here.
Akonye konna komanda ko eta nkaya la komanda ko ako nkaya le akonye abijan akonye ngoytele me alkalo tin nkaya minto alkali ako jang alkali nkaya jamu gambilati ntelem jang gambi alkalo ha akonye okay na komanda ko eta gadi ako ha wolen len dimma ko dim koto ma dimma kambano nkaya ko ngata tata birin ta tan be futala jang kidol be kuma kam be kido fay kam
ka fay jambang fa
ka fay ko roto je ñun lanto jang boda to ha lota ko nyi ko ngai ko eto ko ngata san kidol min ka kubadu akonya hani won tan problem to ngata na tata won na fun tata futata ko manam birin futata je na ño konto akonya ko nata nyamen to ten akonye nata kaira kuola falie ha nalman son wo kaira kuola albajala ngai akonye ko mino yentol busaja ono to kasamas de mino ako mino yentol busaje kono to kasamas kono to jana akonye ko wo mino kabira botaje akonye kununko arabo mino yo mbusa ko deke akonye je akonye andu min kamino landije akonye akabo allak janne nkaya dia ko ha nkaya jamu gambilati akonye ha jamu gambilati bare min kamino la ka bojanne nkaya dia ko ha akonye nka sinno jele hanni atram buka sinno fangoje akonye nte meta amila bakele fen na habunta don kalon nkaya dia ko ha nkaya den te malong komi minka mino la wo ka bojanna kata nkaya malong andu ma mario je ha akonya ate alon na ko ka bojanna kata je nkaya munat ne mamuta nkaya munat ne mamuta akonya hani nka foyele dron komi ko ntingo lonne ko ka bojanna nkaya ko londo ale so londo minna ko ikalon ko aka bojanne ala yante solo londo la yo momuta ha akonya ko nato wala faaliye na fulenjanta sabanjanta ko tege akonya mballa sate jande akonya mballa sate jande ka dia ko ha ka sembo mi talete bandela sembo mo ala ñola fay na talata wala nyama akonya okay ndol katale
anata jang watu jumala
1 month ago.
A month ago. SARS second week.
Yes.
Tilbula ma fon.
Hekatu o kole ata bakere. Bare ko minister be jang.
Yeah, let's go and see the.
Well, let's address this. Minister be jang ndolla silo mu kayrale. Ni aje mbe wulita president wala yamaroto. Wala pour kana kala hedin ko soldat rol be jang. Bare fanan kal yamare. Pour kana song momo rebelo yebo jang ena mabo jang kara je fen ko
robel te dunna jang fam
exactly
robel te na ay dunna jang ay ta ay bo jang ay taje
exactly
bonde mala finna sate la kayo
exactly wadal na ni wo fengata den toma ala tumbulu na ba katala man la fi no la bare man la fi fanam pour idolena katilim balya nati jan Okay.
I just want to clear, when it happens, I was informed, I think the chief also was informed.
Okay.
So what we did was, we went straight to Kanilai. By then it was SARS second week. So we had made a joint patrol. We came with the men. Here we had a meeting, advised the villagers. We also went to the border. So to tell you the real fact, soldiers within Kanilai, they're doing extremely well.
Okay.
You know, so we can assort that. So any issue that is happening, we are in close contact with all the alcalis in the border. They have their contact number. Or sometimes what they do, you know, when the soldiers are here in the Gambia, they will just fan back. When the soldiers go back to Kanilai, they will come and terrorize it. Anybody from Senegal, military, officers, who comes here and then ask him to go with him, let him not. Let him always tell him that wait, I have to call the military, Gambians, soldiers. Okay? So always don't follow them. Tell them that you are now calling.
Okay.
Tata police, tata kifia, mawulung matri ka tata mitinola. Tata niya manyu fana taraji. Ngaku moblaji.
Anytime since we knew and Nana Kubija, already me out there in Kine, you call him the Sophia Kobeka Jetums.
All right.
He parked the motorbike. He wanted to call Abba, but he did not see where the shell landed. He parked the bike and then came behind, and then the kids told him, please don't go. He said, no, I'm going to call at Kanilai. So when I call, I cannot just explain clearly what happened. I have to go and verify. He came and then witnessed and they show. After seeing, then there's another shot came. Before it landed, the noise that came, then he fell behind, and then all the grasses around here were all burnt. All the kids were crying. They said the cell had killed the father. He said, no, I'm here, I'm alive. He went to the veranda and then called this man. And then he explained to Honorable Jiba, is it? All right, okay. When these people, when the Kanilai battalion came and then he showed it to them, he said, this is where the shell landed. They came and then verified. They came and then advised them, no, let nobody come around here. They said, this is what he witnessed.
They were doing a lineup from that other side, Kentimba Kasamas, up to around the field here. Then they faced towards this side, start firing.
That is the GKCN.
So they were firing till the following morning. When they came back, they were going. I think they faced at that side, inside Kasamas, faced towards the Gambia, firing. And by that time, we have already evacuated the vulnerable, the families, the children and the women. But for us who we are still staying, we have to cover ourselves from the trees or either a house. Because already you will be standing hearing the sound of bullet going. Even this boy, the time that we have the firing had calmed down, we came out, we were sitting at his home. But so luckily, there was a bullet coming. For him, the bullet passed through here. And the bullet hit the wall of the house. That's the time we pick that bullet and then we snap it, we send it to we send it. Not the cells, but this bullet, I don't know how can I, because I'm not a soldier. The small ones, they were coming randomly. If it is not these trees that covers us, by then we have casualties here. So, and I will take this opportunity.
It's addressed. And now the war in Senegal is still continuing. So if cells are still landing, our families are still evacuated, running away, without nothing being done, we will alert them. And let me tell you one thing that is very clear. Foni is one of the regions which is the most law-abiding. You will not go to any other area where your son, an individual, is killed in broad daylight. No demonstration, neither even action was taken. Your own sons were captured and detained in the checkpoint in Buyam and taken to Senegal. For weeks, they returned back, no demonstration. sellings that have been landing here, these are all occurrences that have happened to Foni. But you don't even hear. What we do is we are represented with a different. Let's follow the law and we keep pushing. And this pushing, this is what we are doing. And we will continue to advocate for it. And we, the rest assured, we will also work on again. Because the petition that we wrote to the president, we've copied all agencies. But we will also write another to Human Rights Commission, again, to put them all these happenings, so that we will be on record. Any day that we explode, the international community, the local communities, the government, and all committees that are concerned will know that we are really serious and we mean business.
So there's no, there's no time frame like you give them for a period of one month, 2 months, 3 months. There's nothing like a time frame for them. You just keep on waiting for them.
No, as for our discussion, because issue of Dua is a must. Dua is captured inside Gambia, where we went. You've all seen it. We told them this is not about sitting for a week or 2 or 3. When you go today, we want to hear as soon as possible the fate of Dua. This is one condition. If we don't hear within these days or week, we will follow them. And if it is not followed, we will now see to it that we have a naked government that is not ready to stand for the wish and aspiration for its people. Because we believe that a human who is captured in the Gambia, sent to Senegal, it is now 2 weeks. The fate of Dua is not even known as a serious government. So we told them that Dua's issue is not about waiting for a week or 2. We want to immediately hear the issue of Dua as soon as possible. And issues of sell, we want it to stop today. We gave them conditions. Issues of selling, landing in the Gambia, let it stop immediately. And issues of the destruction that we have seen, we want them to do something. That's why the NDMA was also present. He will take a record and make sure that this issue is addressed. And we went around where, areas where cells have landed. The advice from the defense minister was for us to barricade it so that it will be known that these are the area. Tomorrow, if whoever want to confirm will also do the needful. But I also want to add this for people to understand. Sometimes the war that is currently going in Casamas, it's not as people want to lay a deaf eye. I do always tell people, even at the National Assembly, I do tell people that we want to set the record straight. The war in Casamas started since 1982. Jawara's time, it was not terrible like this. Jammeh's time, I can tell you, the government, this government need prayers. I can tell you, this is one of the most government that need prayers in order for them to secure their countrymen. Jammeh in 2006, a cell landed. We started Jilamfari. From Jilamfari, the first village that we have after the second, third village, that's Siwal. A cell landed from all the way from Senegal and landed in Siwal. Do you know what Jammeh said? He said, he took it onto himself, that if a cell repeats again, I will retaliate and I'll return back. 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Almost how many years? 12 or 11 years. Yeah. No cell has landed here. I can tell you this. Evidence are there. But now, since 2017, they may say we have a cockroach government, a government that is not there just to listen to the brother and act the way the brother wants, cannot even propel and say, look, we want you to stop this selling that are landed in Foni. I told them, I'm also part of defense and security. I know what we call this firing. In this latest 21st century, you can now escape and say, okay, I want the firing to stop at this place, to stop at this place, to stop. But random selling. And I can tell you, you people are journalists, I want you to quote me any newspaper that the government has vividly condemned for 7 years, that cells that are landing in Foni, we are not accepting it, and we are warning the Senegalese government. It has never happened. So are we sure that these people are serious? And now to tell you the secret that they don't want to hear, for us here, we will tell the truth. We are representative of the people. We are not here to seek donors. We are not here to seek whatever. We are to represent the fullest of our people. And we are ready to lay our lives to represent the people of Foni. I was in Gamtel for 17 years. I've never even wished to be a politician. Circumstances dictated. People said, you have to represent. This is where I am. And I'll do my best to make sure I represent my people. Now, what they don't want to hear, I do tell them. Both Defense, Interior, Security Council, I will tell them that, note, pen it down. History will narrate this. Yeah. This whole war, they are not telling the truth. 1982 war started. It was not hard in Jammeh's time, neither Jawara's time. It was hard in 2017. The war emanated from the Gambia, the so-called economic that are in Buyam checkpoint. The whole war of what is going currently started at the checkpoint. They pursue a truck loaded with timber to our second meeting after Karunor Ballet, where I was explaining that they have graded the other end. So the people who were sitting at the last compound told them that where you're following this car is a rebel base, stop. They told in Wolof, fuck off. And they went 2 cars. They all faced catastrophes and they were bombarded by the rebels. So 7 were rescued. I think you could all follow the archives. You see the release of those 7 soldiers. And they said 3 were dead. Do you understand? So now when that happened, it was a serious tragedy. Those 2 vehicles or 3 vehicles didn't even come out. People don't know their fate. Negotiation came, they released the 7. Now, upon that, Foni hasn't got peace. So I am telling you that all bombardment that we are facing in this Foni is caused by the Biam checkpoint soldiers. I am telling you, and I want to we put in record, even if you can replicate this audio twice or 4 times, that I'm saying to this government, the war currently going in Senegal, it is caused by the Buyam checkpoint Senegalese soldiers pursuing a lorry in Ballet. That incident, they were not comfortable. They now came all out guerrilla war that we will now dispel and control all the narratives in the border area. So this is why they are selling and continue to sell. They don't even mind about the Gambia. So this is all happening. And now, in that period,
do you have the feeling that the Senegalese military, they just want to hold the people of Foni responsible of what has happened?
No, I'm telling you, it's not about holding the people of Foni. They have grievances. And they have their mission. And that mission, they do it in collaboration with the Gambian government. Because this is intelligence. How would you have Senegalese economic in the main highway? Now, at the border, you also have Senegalese forces. Between them, we have rebels. Between the rebels, we have the Gambian citizens. And between the Gambian citizens, at the roadside, we have Senegalese. And you hear me very well. Whenever shots are fired at the border, do you know what happened? The Senegalese in the Gambia, in Buyam, and that of Kanila will move away from their base with combat ready. If a soldier is in combat, it means he's ready for everything, with the heavy guns, whatever. And drones are flying all over. And I can tell you another secret that is going on, which I told the defense, I told the CDS. When we are passing going to Combo, I want you to watch at the Asylum, where they currently are. They have one of the longest antenna, top. It's all communication. We are doomed as a country in terms of security. I can tell you for free. And they will control our narrative. They will control our communication. They will control our visibility. They will control all issues. And whatever they like now, they can play with it. So are we safe as a country where equidistant? This is just like a kilometer.
And drone, to fly a drone, you need a permit.
Exactly.
I went to Cuba. Before flying a drone, we get a permit to fly.
So now, there's no country in the Gambia, they will not even say, okay, a permit is needed or X, Y, Z. I'm just telling the rough scale of terrifying situations that are going in Foni. And with all these happenings, we will ask questions at the National Assembly. We will lay questions at the National Assembly. They'll be jumping in and out there. But I'm just trying to tell you that the president, I am sorry for him. He is rather unfortunate for him. Because why? He's only comfortable to be a president, to protect himself. Because wherever he goes, he has Senegalese forces in his side. And his own home, he has security. But your region in Foni, you heard what the Alcalo of Kangalabata was saying. Is it wrong for us to be people of Foni? What have we done? What went wrong for people of Foni to face this? And is this only a government that was there? So these are all issues that are happening. And the rest of what we can tell you. For us, we are ready. We need action now. It is not those days where we'll now be begging for relations. We don't have any relation with anybody. As Gambians, as representatives, you either act this way or we'll now teach them how to act. And that teaching will be demanded by us. We told them, we control Foni, either they like or not, from Block to Kalaji. We are in full representation. And we can, ignite a massive demonstration to make sure our voices are heard. But the reason why we are taking it easily is to make sure we understand the situation. We understand issues that are happening. And I can tell you, the Gambia Armed Forces in Kanila here are doing instrumentally very well. They are very helpful. Whenever you call upon them, Anytime, anywhere, they are there. But now, the resistance that they said now, the purported missile that is flying over there, the economic in Foni and that of Biam is there to protect citizens and whatever. Do you know that they're impregnating our girls in the Fonis? Do you know that it is hampering our schooling system in Foni? Do you know that since the age of pre-colonial era, Gabege has never been cancelled in the Gambia? But last year or so, it has cancelled in the Gambia because of the fighting between the border. So now, if the minister's son is going to school peacefully, the president's son is going to school peacefully, why about that farmer in Foni? Why is it that his or her son cannot go to school peacefully? And I can tell you, the like of Kappa and other schools, in class you have 30 students, but now visit there, 15, 10, less than even 20 students. Others are even seated at home. I'm afraid that I cannot be sitting in class, I'm hearing heavy gunshots or whatever. Or others will even say now, as a parent, let me transfer my Maimuna to Brikama or Maimuna to Combo. It is safer than he or she being seated. You heard in Balen what the lady said. They had to abandon their garden in Kappa because of drones. So what I'm just trying to say here is issues of what is happening in Foni. That's why we are representative of the people of Foni with a difference. From Foni Jaron, Foni Bondari, Foni Kansala, Foni Bintankarana, and Foni Berefet, we are together. And whoever they send and say the National Assembly member of this said, we are all in agreement. Okay. So me representing them is for me to hear, and if it has yielded results. I can tell you for 7 years, we have never seen any minister, any top military echelon going through this. And I think this will be the first starter. And Alhamdulillah, it will also help. And we believe it will also be in the right direction. And I believe I also thank the media that have also came. And this is what we need. And I believe also it should also be aired for people to know and see over. I think it will also be a plus for us. We're very appreciative. Thank you.
Let me, on behalf of the National Security Council, express our profound gratitude to the distinguished members of the media fraternity for joining us since in the morning. This is the composition of the National Security Council. Of course, you are aware, upon the directive of His Excellency the President, who is the chairman of the National Security Council, have directed that today members of the council, comprising the Minister of Defense, Minister of Interior, the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defense Staff, Inspector General of Police, Director SIS, Director General SIS, should undertake this very important visit to the Foni, more especially of the recent military developments. Of course, you are aware that there is an ongoing military operations between the Senegalese military and the MFDC, and as a result, there are some instances where incidents of stray bullets, military mortar cells, and other trajectory weapons that are used, cells would normally land in the Gambian territory. This is something that we have now taken as a duty and responsibility. The President, of course, directed that we must visit the corridor and then to assess the situation militarily, and then also to have the opportunity to interface with the community and then to find out what has been going on. Alhamdulillah, we have had the good opportunity to meet with the community members, and they've briefed out very well. And we have also visited the sites that have been affected. So here we are now in Kanilai also to receive another briefings from the commanding officer on whose territory that we are now for Infantry Battalion, who are tasked with the opportunity to provide the security that is needed for Gambians living in this southern part of the border between the Republic of the Gambia and the Republic of Senegal. Overall, it is a very well conducted tour, and I think the objective is to make sure that whatever information is gained from this visit, we will go back to the National Security Council, usually on Mondays, and the chairman is the President and Commander-in-Chief, where we will present all the reports and a decision will be taken over there. So this is, on that note, the basis for our today's engagement since in the morning. Thank you.
You have a face-to-face engagement with these community leaders. So what's the next for government? This bombardment will be stopped or what? What step government is going to take now?
Well, this is an operation basically in Senegal.
Yeah.
This is an operation that is happening in another country. The Gambia is a sovereign country, and then we are not to determine or to tell Senegal when they will stop their military operations. What is our interest in this is to make sure that at least those incidents can be contained in the territory of Senegal, and our business and interest as members of the National Security Council is to make sure that we provide the security that is needed for our people, and to make sure to further engage with our counterparts to make sure that those cells and stray bullets that are landing in our territory are seized.
Already highlighted, there are ongoing security operations in Casamas being conducted by the Senegalese military, and we have received series of reports of shells landing. Senegalese allegedly conducting incursions in terms of the activities they are carrying out as it relates to the ongoing security operations. So it was through His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief, he directed that we should come and have first-hand assessment and information of what really and truly transpired on the ground. We have gone round. We are here today as National Security Council, but we were also joined by the respective National Assembly members for the belt of Foni. And with the interaction that we have with the communities, we were taking a conducted tour of areas that shells have impacted. And the way forward now is, when we go back, certainly we will brief the President at the National Security Council, and then map out a strategy as to how best we will be able to engage our Senegalese counterparts to, one, diffuse the tension, but most importantly also reduce the incursions that are happening, and then the shells that are also landing in the Gambian territory.
So you just concluded this interaction with borderline villages.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway is that the interaction we have with the communities, they have been reassured that the duty of care that is expected of any and every government has been demonstrated today by our presence here. And we have also given them assurance that some of the concerns, the fear that has gripped them over the past few months, years, has been seen by ourselves, and we have given them the assurance that when we go back, we will do our best to address this. So the takeaway is, concerns have been noted, and we will do everything that is humanly possible in terms of due diligence to address those concerns for them.
Finally, Mr. Jem, we understand that there's this hot-button treaty between the Gambia and Senegal. But reports, have came across that there's this man who was shot in our territory and later then dragged to Senegal. So are we going to see the government raise a red flag, nullifying this action by the Senegalese state?
Certainly, this is a concern, and particularly to the family who have not seen their loved one for almost going to 2 to 3 weeks. I think this is even the biggest takeaway to ensure that their loved one gets back to them, and we will be working diligently to ensure that this happens.
Okay.
Foni, which is the 9th district of West Coast region, is located in the southwest of the Gambia along the Senegal-Gambia border, which has been greatly affected by the continuous conflict between the rebels and the Senegalese forces for the past 7 years, resulting in the misplacement of people, loss of lives and properties. Despite the assurances given to the villagers, they are still living in trauma while waiting for rescue by the Gambian government. Reporting for the Digest News, I am Usainu Dabo.